Royal, he felt a Henenkava, wings, but that does not mean he cannot bounce back. We've seen him do incredible things thus far.
And Andrew, despite the rough run of King of the Hill he's had as of late, even with that, he has tied for third on most King of the Hill victories this season at 11.
Yeah, head-to-head, he's at 14-8. King of the Hill specifically, he's 11-5. And I actually ran into him the other day, and he was just telling me, you know what, just make a couple misplays. That's what happens. It happens to everybody. Ready to bounce back, and that's the exact correct mentality you have to have. You can't let it get to you. You can't start questioning your ability. Everyone makes misplays. Everyone misclicks.
So far looking like two different versions of P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam, or maybe P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam for Vulkan and one of the Prince versions for Nitram. First minute away, and we do not get a connection, but Vulkan is slightly ahead.
Yeah, and that zap allows a few extra hits to come in.
Zap went from being one of the most played spells in last season to a very, very low play rate, only used in about 13.5% of decks this season, sacrificing spots to Barb Barrel and Snowball.
So P.E.K.K.A. comes down for Vulkan to take out the Ram Rider. Nitram does not have enough elixir for a P.E.K.K.A. of his own, so Ewiz is what he's going to have to use. A great Barb Barrel.
Perfectly picks up that Bandit first 90 seconds away, and that P.E.K.K.A. making a beeline for the tower.
Yeah, Vulkan knows that Nitram has nothing in the tank to deal with it, as does Nitram, as you see him shake his head, and all it took was that Bandit to the left lane, just committing enough elixir from Nitram to find that opening for Vulkan.
Ewiz Zap takes care of that push, and Vulkan feels like looks like he's feeling it at this stage. Here we go, sudden or into double elixir time. Ram Rider comes out for Nitram.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a few mistakes, but the thing is when Vulkan is firing on all cylinders, he is the scariest man on the tower.
Barb Barrel cycled to pick up the Royal Ghost, and Vulkan loads up P.E.K.K.A. opposite lane, and immediately Mega Knight comes down to the right-hand side.
So you can imagine that Mega Knight might be kited opposite, which is why Nitram immediately plays those minions up high. A great play, but that is going to be just enough to get the P.E.K.K.A. involved.
Ewiz down, Bandit in response to the Ram Rider. Royal Ghost comes down as well, but Ram Rider EQ Bandit on that right-hand tower, gonna do a lot of damage, but even with all that, Andrew, 22 seconds left, looks like it's gonna be Vulkan taking game 2.
And a very healthy P.E.K.K.A. on the left-hand lane. This is going to be it. You see Vulkan doubling down on offense to make it so that there is no opportunity for Nitram to go back on offense. He's caught playing defense, and Vulkan back to doing what he does. Now 12-5 in King of the Hill.